Imagine scrolling late at night and suddenly seeing a headline that stops you dead. 90,000 hotel rooms completely empty on the Las Vegas Strip right now in the middle of summer 2025. That's not hype. That's not clickbait exaggeration. That's the actual number Caesars Entertainment just admitted in their latest earnings report. And if that doesn't send a chill down your spine about where the economy's heading, stick around because by the end of this video, you're going to see why this could be the moment the entire travel industry cracks wide open. Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications because we're diving deep into numbers nobody else is talking about yet. And drop a comment below with the last time you actually visited Vegas. I guarantee the stories are wild. All right, let's rip the Band-Aid off. Caesars Entertainment, the company that owns Caesars Palace, The Link, Paris, Planet Hollywood, and a bunch more, just reported that over 90,000 room nights went completely unsold this past summer across their Las Vegas properties alone. To put that in perspective, that's like taking 3 full mega resorts, turning off the lights, locking the doors, and leaving them dark for the entire peak season. Occupancy across their portfolio dropped a solid 5% year over year. Average daily rates fell hard, and casino revenue took a $30 million punch straight to the gut because fewer people are walking through the doors, and the ones who do show up are betting way less. Longtime employees are whispering things they've never said before, like front desk veterans with 12 years on the job telling me entire floors stay silent, VIP check-ins have vanished some nights, and the energy that used to pulse through the hallways even in the slowest months has just evaporated. Walk the Strip today and you'll notice it immediately. Sidewalks that used to be shoulder to shoulder are now strangely navigable. Buffet lines that wrapped around corners are half empty, not because service got faster, but because nobody's showing up. And the fountains at Bellagio still dance on schedule, but there's nobody there to watch them half the time. This isn't some slow season blip. This is happening in June, July, August, the absolute money months when Vegas is supposed to print cash. So what the hell is going on? Let's start with the wallet killer nobody saw coming. Prices have absolutely exploded. A standard weekend room that cost $200 a couple years ago now starts at $400 before you even add the $45 resort fee, taxes, and whatever random charges they tack on at checkout. Flights into Harry Reid International used to be dirt cheap from pretty much anywhere in the country. Now fuel surcharges and slashed routes have pushed round trips up hundreds of dollars. Then you land and get nickel and dime to death. $20 beers at the pool, $80 buffets that used to be $40, $30 Uber rides that should cost $8. And don't even get me started on show tickets that now routinely crack $200 a seat for anything halfway decent. International travelers who used to flood the Strip with cash are basically gone. The dollar is crushing every other currency, Visa wait times are measured in months, not weeks, and a new $250 Visa integrity fee just got slapped on top of everything else. Europeans I talked to at the airport were shell-shocked. One couple from France told me food prices alone made them regret the entire trip. Another group from Australia said they spent more on 3 days of meals than on their flights. Domestic travelers aren't saving the day either, because Americans are drowning in credit card debt. Interest rates are still sky high, and every extra dollar is going to groceries or rent, not roulette tables. And here's the kicker. Other destinations saw the opening and pounced. Miami is cheaper and has actual beaches. Cancun and Cabo offer all-inclusive packages where you know the final price before you leave home. No surprise fees, no resort charges, just unlimited tacos and margaritas for less than a Vegas weekend. Even cruise ships are eating Vegas's lunch. Fixed price, food included, and you wake up in a new port every day. Social media is brutal right now. Scroll TikTok and you'll see video after video titled, "Why I'll Never Go Back to Las Vegas," with millions of views. People calling it a tourist trap on steroids and showing itemized receipts that look like car payments. Perception has flipped overnight from Vegas is always a win to Vegas is where your bank account goes to die. And once that narrative sticks, good luck getting it unstuck. Zoom out, and this isn't just a Vegas problem, it's a global wake-up call. Macau, the so-called Vegas of Asia, still hasn't recovered to pre-2020 gambling revenue. High rollers from mainland China simply aren't coming back at the same levels. Dubai realized years ago that relying only on bling wasn't sustainable, so they pivoted hard into tech hubs, golden visas, and long-term residency, basically turning themselves into a city people move to instead of just visit. Vegas, on the other hand, keeps doubling down on the same formula. Bigger fountains, louder shows, more LEDs. But travelers in 2025 want value, transparency, and experiences that feel authentic, not a manufactured fantasy that costs a second mortgage. Regular visitors are jumping ship in droves. One guy I know who used to do an annual guys trip told me he ran the numbers this year and booked Cabo instead. Half the price, no resort fees, and the resort threw in free airport transfers, something Vegas would never dream of doing. That story is playing out thousands of times right now. For Nevada, the stakes couldn't be higher because tourism isn't just an industry here, it's oxygen. 1 in 4 jobs in the entire state ties back to somebody stepping off a plane ready to spend money. Dealers, cocktail servers, valet runners, show dancers, Uber drivers, boutique owners 2 miles off Strip. Everybody feels the pain instantly when visitors stop coming. Local businesses that survived the pandemic by the skin of their teeth are now staring at days with 0 customers walking through the door. One children's boutique owner near the Strip told me foot traffic is down so much she's cutting staff hours just to stay afloat. Rideshare drivers who used to pull 30 fares a day are lucky to hit 15. Sales tax revenue is already trending down. Commercial real estate listings for empty retail space inside resorts are piling up quietly. And even the big boys are sweating. Caesars and FVM are blasting out desperate promotions. 25% off food and drinks for locals. Free parking for the first time in years. 15% off rooms clear through March 2026 just to stop the bleeding. These aren't confidence moves. These are panic buttons. Analysts are split on what happens next. Some call it a healthy correction after years of insane price gouging. Others are whispering the scarier phrase tourism bubble. Because bubbles don't deflate gently, they pop. And when they pop in a one-industry town, the fallout is ugly. History isn't kind here. Atlantic City never really came back after people found cheaper gambling elsewhere, and Vegas has survived recessions, 9/11, and the pandemic by reinventing itself every single time. Mob town to family destination, to ultra lounge capital, to sports mecca. But this feels different because the customer itself has changed. Today's traveler is exhausted by hidden fees, allergic to overpriced mediocrity, and armed with apps that show every cheaper alternative in real time. Caesars executives are finally admitting publicly they have to evolve, talking about diversifying beyond gambling, rethinking pricing models, creating experiences that don't revolve around slot machines. But talking and doing are two different things, and the clock is ticking loud. 90,000 empty rooms isn't just a bad quarter. It's a screaming alarm that the old playbook is dead. If the city that literally invented what happens here stays here can't fill hotel rooms in peak season, imagine what that says about every overpriced tourist destination across the country. This could be the first domino in a much bigger shift where people stop paying premium prices for average experiences and start demanding transparency and real value again. Vegas has always been the ultimate American escape valve, a place where you could forget your problems under neon lights for a weekend. But right now, those lights are flickering, and if they go dark on the Strip, the ripple effects will hit every corner of the travel economy. So the million-dollar question is, can Las Vegas reinvent itself one more time before the damage becomes permanent? Or are we watching the beginning of the end for the greatest show on earth? I want to know what you think. Drop your take in the comments. Have you canceled a Vegas trip recently? Are the prices finally too insane, or do you still think it's worth every penny? Let's get the conversation going. And if you found this deep dive valuable, smash that like button, share it with every friend who keeps talking about booking Vegas, and subscribe because we're going to keep tracking this story as it unfolds. New numbers drop every quarter, and trust me, the next update could be even wilder. Thanks for watching, stay sharp out there, and we'll see you in the next one.